Hello, welcome to Uncle Al's Barbecue. Today we're going to be doing a classic dish from New Orleans, Louisiana. Red beans and rice. So right here I'm just making the bean mixture. I'm pretty sure y'all know what rice is. And let me tell you something. If you ever have had the opportunity to go to New Orleans, you need to do it. Even if it's just for one evening, okay? The food down there is just absolutely incredible. And the reason I'm making this video is I was traveling to Louisiana. This is a shout out to my friend in Waverly, Louisiana. I decided to make this weekend. And let's get down to it. Get any type of red bean you want. I soak these overnight in cold water. That's all you got to do. Just soak them overnight, rinse them off, clean them. I got me some of my cowboy sausage. Got a little bit of venison and pork in there. Most people use Odelia. You can use whatever you want. You know, you got to cook this for you if you're eating it. Now, you got a restaurant, you got to cook it for your customer. You got your diced up celery. You got your onions. I'm going heavy on the onion today. A little bit heavy on the garlic. Light on the pepper. And I'll tell you this. You want to make sure your cuts are basically all uniform. And that way it breaks down the same way. You know, you don't want a giant piece of pepper in there. And then, you know, a little bitty fraction of this. And then a giant piece of sausage or something. You kind of want to keep it uniform because the way I'm going to cook them, I like to break them down and see if I can get them into a paste. I mean, almost to a refried bean is the texture I'm after. So since I'm cooking these for me, I can kind of do whatever I want. That's the freedom of that. When I get to make the recipe for me and I'm not cooking for any of my friends or family or my wife, I do what I want on my recipe because I'm the one that's eating it. But if I'm cooking it for you, well, guess what? I got to ask you, what do you want? And that's the way we do it. That's how we roll. So anyway, I'm going to saute this sausage and brown it up a little bit with some olive oil. And later on, I'll add a little celery salt, some bay leaf, some rosemary, maybe some garlic and onion powder. I don't know. I'll taste it as it goes on. This may be added near the end. And some pepper and salt will be near the end too. So basically, this is one of those pots where when you come back after it's been doing its business for about 2-3 hours, you give it a taste, and that's when you add your seasonings. Do not add your seasonings at the beginning of the cook. Okay? Do not do that. Add your seasonings near the end of the cook. Okay, let's get this thing into the pot. All right, we got everything in this pot going on here. And we just move it all around, mix it all up, incorporate it. And it's probably going to simmer for about 5-10 minutes. You know, when you do a recipe like this, it's all about patience. That's it. But once this part's done, and you add Mr. Beans in there, and your water, that's it. It's time to drink a cold beer. Now, a lot of you just thought, wait a minute. That ain't New Orleans style rice and beans. He didn't put no ham hock in there. Supposed to put that ham hock in there. Well, hey, this is Uncle Al's Barbecue. Boom. You know we're doing some baby back ribs, Texas style today with no sauce. So I'm going to be a little bit porked out with all that anyhow. So I decided I'm not going to put the ham hock in there because I'm going to have these awesome, look at these. These have been in the refrigerator all night long with that rub on there. No binder mustard, just a little olive oil and all my normal seasonings. Man, look at that all night. I mean, you're talking, shoot, it's been in there 12 hours. So I'm just going to let it get up to room temperature. And in about an hour, it's going on the Pit Boss at 250 degrees. And we're just going to let this baby roll just like they do in the Texas pits, man. Woo! So anyway, back to the beans. We'll be adding them in here. Like I said, probably about 10 minutes or so. Pour in a cup or two of water. Now, some people, you can use vegetable stock if you want. I'm just trying to go all natural. So I'm just going to use water. And as time goes on, you know, I'll smash them down and break them down a little bit with my magic smasher to get the texture I'm after. And you can continue to add water. So don't add too much water at first. Just add enough to get it over the beans, about 1.5 inches over the beans. And just let time do its thing. I mean, that's all you got to do. Just sit here and wait. Just figure it's going to be a solid 3.5 hours once you got the water in there. I mean, do you want it as best tasting as you can be, or do you just want to just go buy it out of a box? You know, it doesn't get any fresher than this. You cannot make it any fresher. So we're about done here. Let's see what it looks like when it's all rendered down. Woo! I tell you what, is that looking good or what? I mean, man, you know, once again, if you're not ever watching my channel or you're new to the channel, you know I'm doing this off a cell phone, right? I'm trying to do this channel on the cheap and show people that, you know, you can grow a YouTube channel without having all the fancy equipment, but I do know the cameras help. Anyway, just look at how beautiful that looks. Okay, will you see them shining? That's what they're talking about, sweating. See that steam? I didn't add any water. It's just olive oil and that fat from the sausage. That right there is the moisture coming out of the vegetable. So it's time to add the beans, and then I'm going to add some water. And what I will do is I will bring it up to a boil. I'm not talking roaring, just a couple bubble boil, you know, where it's starting to turn over. And boom, we're going to put this thing down on medium low and just let her roll. I mean, I'm telling you, 3 hours. So that's about it here. Let's get them beans in there. All right, them beans is in there. Let's add that water, bring it to the boil. Your work's done here. It's time to get to that smoker. Woo! You know what I'm doing on the weekend? Shazoom! Man, you know, but you got to have a side with your barbecue. I mean, I know some of you guys, you are phenoms, but man, you got to start making the side with your barbecue. You know, it's like having an awesome car, but it just haven't been washed. It's a badass car. It looks fantastic, but it's not clean. You didn't clean it up. That's the side dish. Water's in. A lot of y'all didn't think my baby pot would work, did you? You did. I know a lot of you said, man, that little pot ain't going to work for that. I'm supposed to use this thing right here. Well, yeah, I would if I had 5 or 6 people coming over. But this is basically going to be for me. Now, if my wife likes it, we'll tear this up real quick. But if it's just for me, I got me some food to eat for the next 3 or 4 days. Nothing like being able to come on home and just put it in the microwave. Boom, rice and beans. And if I got a couple of these bad boy ribs left up, man. Woo! All right. Okay, she's about to come up to a light boil here. Gonna turn it down. And what will happen is some of this foam and stuff will be like a little slurry. You're gonna end up having to work this a little and pull that off. See that? You want to pull that off. And that's, it becomes a little bit tedious at times, but you want to remove that. Okay, a lot of people won't mention that to you. I am. That's the way it is on Uncle Al's. I told you, no secrets. So, let's get on down here. Can you feel the excitement? Woo! Water tray's ready. Smoker's fired up, about to burn it off. Woo! In case you're wondering, how do I cook my rice? I cook it in a rice cooker. That's what I do. So, I don't got to do anything but put water in there. Oh, you need to rinse your rice off. Soak your rice for about 10 or 15 minutes. Rinse it off. It'll be like a milky white. Then rinse it one more time. Then put it in here. And put your water just above the level of the rice. I mean, I'm talking 1/4 inch. And then you hit the button that says cook. Woo! You hit that thing. And it cooks. And then it says warm. It's ready. Yeah, whoever invented that, you're awesome. Alright, folks. Them ribs are on. We getting that temperature drop down. I'm going to run her at 250 degrees. There's my ice tray. A couple sausages. And that's that. We done. Ain't got nothing to do for another 3 hours. Well, we still may need to work on these beans now and then for the next 3 hours. See that? You got to pull that off again. So, that's pretty much it. Now we're just going to sit back and wait. I think it might be time to drink a beer. And thank you for barbecuing with me today. Come on, go ahead and leave me a comment. I'd like to hear what you got to say, good or bad. And don't be scared to hit that subscribe button. It's only one click. You can do it.